Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rick Reads Comics. We're almost done with the Silver Surfer Mighty Marvel Masterworks Volume 1, Sentinel of the Spaceways. We've been through issue number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we have a couple issues that are bonus kind of issues towards the end of this. So this is almost like a bonus episode. We're technically done, I guess, but not with everything that's in here. So we'll go ahead and finish it. Today we're going to go through the Fantastic Four, issue number 5, but this is like a king size special. So we're only going to go through the Silver Surfer portion of this. And it's the special bonus Silver Surfer complete feature length thriller. So this issue came out in 1967. It says, before being given his own series in 1967, the Silver Surfer made his solo story debut in this backup feature from the Fantastic Four Annual number 5. So this is a special issue that has Silver Surfer in it, and this actually came out before the issues that we were reading. So this is almost like a, prequel if it was movies. So the Fantastic Four Annual number 5, 1967, the Peerless Power of the Silver Surfer is what we're going through right now. So in this cover of the issue, you had the Inhumans, the Black Panther, and a most surprising announcement from Mr. Fantastic. That was the tagline. So this had a lot of stuff in it, and to add to this, we have the first solo adventure of the Silver Surfer. So his first appearance was in Fantastic Four, and I think it was like issue 48 or something like that. I can't remember. I'll try to throw it on here though if I'm wrong, but maybe 48. And then he was in a bunch of other ones after that. That was whenever the Fantastic Four fought Galactus and they met Silver Surfer, and then it went on for 2 more issues, and then he became like a recurring character that would pop up in the Fantastic Four. So this is his first solo adventure where he's just by himself. So we'll get started on it. And this one we've been reading. Stan Lee and John Buscema was drawing him. This goes back to Jack Kirby, who actually created the character with Stan Lee. And so it's by Stan Lee, the story again, and it's drawn by Jack Kirby. So the Peerless Power of the Silver Surfer, and it's also representing the uncanny Quasimodo. Now Quasimodo was a character, a villain that was in Fantastic Four Annual number 4, the one before this, I think. But he's been established. So we're gonna keep going with this, and it says the Silver Surfer, perhaps the most daring, the most dramatically original star ever to illuminate the magnificent Marvel firmament. So this once again has Stan Lee's writing, and he is pretty descriptive. So we have Silver Surfer up here flying with the ducks, and then there are some gunshots going off up here. You can see there's some hunters shooting at him. So he shoots them with the power cosmic right there, and they say, "Look out!" He says, "Harry, I can make it out now, but I must be going mad seeing things. I see it too. It's a man on a surfboard riding in the sky. Let's get out of here. The place is haunted." So they get spooked. They take off. He says, "I can sense they did not intend to cause me bodily harm. They were firing at the winged fowls, aiming for them instead. In all the universe, only here do wanton beings slay innocent creatures in the name of sport." So you have Silver Surfer's, views on that. So he's flying through the spaceways. It says, seconds later, high above the towering spires of New York, a gleamed figure zooms through the sky, moving so fast that he's little more than a passing blur to any human eyes that might glance his way. Where once I despised them, I now feel naught but pity for the earth-bound humans. What monumental crime did their race once commit for which they have lost their freedom? So Silver Surfer here is once again going through his soliloquies and observing the human race and how they're stuck on this planet and they can't escape. So he's flying, and then he senses something, and he says, "I cannot endure being near them for more than a few of their minutes. The waves of human emotion which I sense are too overwhelming. Fear, envy, greed, and hatred engulf me in ever-increasing torrents. And yet there is kindness too, and love, fighting to break through the clouds of weight. I sense a new emotion, so anguished, so inhuman, that it draws me to it like a living magnet." So this would happen to be Quasimodo. And he says, "And in a long deserted laboratory, the source of that emotion still whimpers helplessly, as when we left him many months ago, for Quasimodo, not being alive in the sense that we know it, can never truly die." So this is what happened to Quasimodo at the end of the last Fantastic Four annual. He got trapped in this thing. He's not really dead. He's not really alive. He's stuck there in misery. So he says, Master, come back. Do not leave me alone like this. You taught me to think, Master, and to understand, but I am able to feel as well. I am not just a machine. I am more than tubes and circuits and coils. I thought I could perish, but my will not fade. How long must I be trapped this way? Save me, Master, save me. And then it gives us a little note down at the bottom. It says, we first met the grotesque creation of the mad thinker in our previous Fantastic Four special number 4 in 1966. Remember? And then that's from Stan Lee. So the mad thinker created Quasimodo, and now he is trapped here, and the mad thinker has left him, or he's been stopped and never came back for Quasimodo. So he's stuck here. And he says, you created me to be the ultimate computer, and I served you well, Master. But now you've gone, you've left me here, all alone. I cannot live, and I cannot die. Why have you forsaken me, Master? Why have I been abandoned? So he doesn't really know what's going on. He just knows he is stuck, and he can't get out. So Silver Surfer senses this, and he follows it, because he knows this creature, this person, is in turmoil, and he wants to save him. So he flies over there, he sees him, and he decides to help him out. So he says, why are you in such a predicament? Who has perpetrated so merciless a deed upon you? That does not matter now. All that matters is that you save me. Never have my circuits sensed such strength, such power as that which stands before them now. And he says, but I perceive that you are not imprisoned within a machine. In actual truth, it is you who are the machine. He said, no, no, I think, I feel, I am alive. I must have human form. So he's, trying to bargain with him and get out of there because he says he's a living being and he needs form. So Silver Surfer says, though I have no wish to meddle in the irrational affairs of mankind, I cannot bear the sight of a creature in agony. If you would possess human form, then so you shall. Calling upon the cosmic energy of the distant stars, your basic molecular structure can be instantly rearranged. Thus you shall suffer no longer. I'm changing, he says. And there he is, bam. He says, seconds later, after the shimmering cosmic energy has been dissipated, he says, I possess limbs. I can move at will. He says, freedom must ever be the eternal heritage of all who live. And he says, see, I can reach out, I can touch another object. No longer am I a prisoner of cold, lifeless metal coils and cells. At last, Quasimodo lives. And he says, but now, for the first time, I see what I am. So he sees himself in the mirror. And he says, I am ugly, uglier than others who live, uglier than those whom I have observed. And he says, to one who has traversed the galaxies, bridged the cosmos itself, there is no ugliness, save in the eye of him who beholds. Trusting fool, you dare touch me. So Quasimodo gets mad at him. And Silver Surfer's just trying to comfort him, let him know, hey man, you're not ugly. In every galaxy, there's different tastes, and so you're just another person. And Quasimodo gets angry and he says, now I can tell why I am called Quasimodo. I was created for one purpose alone, programmed to do but one thing. My name stands for Quasi Motivational Destruct Organ, and my mission is to destroy. That's pretty pretty crazy thing that it stands for there. So he shoots with his eye and blasts all this stuff, and he blasts the Silver Surfer, and he says, it is you who must be first to feel the shattering fury of my destruct eye. And he says, man, you could not evade it in time, for nothing can match the speed of a living electronic computer. So he blasts him, he escapes, and he says, now, at last, for my first glimpse of the world outside, a world in which nothing can match the all-consuming destructive power of Quasimodo. And he sees these people, they freak out, and he says, the humans see me, they recoil in fear. So the mere sight of Quasimodo drives you back, fills you with numbing, nameless dread. But wait, prepare to witness the sense-shattering power I will unleash. So he starts just destroying things and messing things up. The cops are there. They try to get him. They start shooting at him. And Quasimodo says, I can move, I can climb, I can use my arms, my legs. I'm free. Come back. This is the law. Stop or we'll shoot. We've got no choice. If he reaches the roof, we'll lose him. So they start blasting away, and he says, "Give him one warning burst, first in case he doesn't understand." And then Quasimodo says, "One blast of my destructi will. No, I can move like a living being now, and I have strength to match my electronic circuits. So I will fight back as a human would fight, as only Quasimodo can." So he decides to jump off of there and just go and fight him. So he picks up destroys some stuff, and he picks this up to throw it at him. And he says, "Now let the world learn the full power of the matchless Quasimodo." And then somebody yells out, "No!" And then they blast it, and it gets destroyed. And he says, "The world has too long been plagued by those to whom power is an end unto itself." And he says, "You." And he says, "It is I who have unwittingly unleashed you upon mankind. Therefore it is I who must undo that grievous mistake. You can do nothing, for none can defeat a living computer." He says, "Though you survived my first attack, you will not be so fortunate again." So, Silver Surfer, Quasimodo about to tussle in front of everybody. And Silver Surfer is up above, and he says, "The fault is not truly yours, but mine instead. Too often have I tampered with earthly matters, matters of which I know nothing and care less. But now my patience is at an end. Let the matter be finished." And so he shoots, and then he says, "A simple cosmic blast will shake you from your perch before any additional humans can be threatened." So it destroys what he's standing on and messes him up. He says, "I have no wish to cause you physical injury. Why then do you resist me?" And now Quasimodo's thinking here, and he says, he forgets that my brain can think and plan with the speed of an electronic calculator. Hence, it is he who is the vulnerable one. There is no place with which will furnish refuge from the Silver Surfer. And he's thinking again. He says, "It is not refuge I seek, it is destruction." So he jumps out from behind. He catches Silver Surfer, knocks him off his board, and he says, "Ha! I have beaten you, for you are merely a living being, and as such you could never stand up to humanize computer." So the concept of him being a computer is kind of weird to me. But also he compared it to a calculator, so that's kind of what they had back then, 1960s. Um, the technology and stuff wasn't what it is today, so it's a little bit different. But anyway, he's a human computer. He's super smart and he's strong. So people are yelling at this, and they say, "Somebody do something! He's gonna drop him. He's holding him over the crowd. He's acting like he's enjoying it. The other one is so limp, so helpless. It's monstrous. Can anyone save him? Look at him now. I see concern in your faces, concern for him. It is because he is handsome, while I am ugly. So, since it is he who has your sympathies, you can have him. I will throw him down to you with the compliments of Quasimodo." So he gets ready to throw him down, and he says, "What is this? He is gone. I hold him no more." And he says, "I have transported myself, evil one, by means of interstellar force. All you now hold is energy, enough cosmic energy to crush you forever." And then he says, "I did not wish to judge you too harshly, hence I played into your hands and waited, but you have been found wanting. It's climbing up my arm, engulfing me, but I'll escape, I'll escape." So his last page, we're almost there. He says, "For such as you there can be no escape. The starborn energy of the endless cosmos will bring you to your final fate." He says, "No, no. Now that now that I have tasted life, now that I know how precious it can be, I must not lose it." And he says, "The power is mine, the strength is mine. Nothing that lives can steal life from me. Climb where you will, Quasimodo. In all the universe there is no sanctuary high enough." So this cosmic energy is slowly engulfing him. And then he says, "The waves of energy are enveloping me. I am losing the power to move, to speak, even to think. I can go no further." And Silver Surfer says, "The gift of life is the most precious of all, yet you chose to squander it. You have learned, alas, too late. It is not the strong of a limb who triumph, but the strong of heart." So he is fully engulfed now, and he says, "The fault was not mine. I did what I was created to do. I could do no more, but perhaps this is the best. At last, Quasimodo will know peace." And then the people say, look what's happening to him. Right before our eyes. It's like a dream, some mad, uncanny nightmare." And then Silver Surfer says, "It is ended. He who was undeserving of life has forsaken it forever." but let him ever remain to remind the unthinking multitudes, if a body lack a soul, only a statue can it be. So we see Quasimodo above the clock tower as stone now. He is no longer living being. So Silver Surfer flies off, and that is the end of the issue. All right, so that is almost the end of everything. We got one more issue to go through, but I'm going to save this one for next time. And it is, so if you don't know what this is, it's not Brand X, and it is a comic that is made just for satire. It's to make fun of the Marvel characters. It's something they did that was just a fun comic. We'll go through this because this one is, of course, going to be about the Silver Surfer, and this is the last original issue of Not Brand X. They had 13 issues run, and then later, like in 2017, they came out with issue number 14. But anyway, we'll go through this next time. It's going to be a short episode, so I'll probably have this one and then another one in the same week, so that way we have two. But all right, thanks for joining me. We're almost done with this. We got one more thing to go through, and we'll be finished next time. All right, y'all have a good one.